Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another episode of Shop Talk with the Redneck. I am your host, AC, also known as Triple R, the Redneck of Rolling Redneck Reviews. And I have with me Chadamus Prime. He is joining us this evening for tonight's festivities. Go ahead and introduce yourself there, Taddy.
Well, Tadamus Prime. There ain't much to introduce, man. You either know me or you fucking don't. I've been around longer than dirt, so if you don't know me by now.
So, what you been up to? Anything interesting, or just kind of lounging around?
Just gonna set up tonight and do some lighting tests and possibly do a review.
Oh, really?
Well, not a review, but do a video. A coming
Okay,
back
cool.
video. But then you got a hold of me, and I was like, well, yeah, I'll definitely jump on the show.
Awesome sauce. I'm glad you was able to make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed the last one, brother.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, it happens to me all the fucking time.
I mean, life gets in the way. I had two shows that I had to cancel back to back.
Well, yeah, that one, I thought that I had to cancel back to back. Oh, I gotta mute this. Shit. There we go. Got the tablet out so I can check the chat.
M3. Welcome to the chat, brother.
I was just watching you and one of your videos with God damn it.
Pack
and Sardo. Yeah. I gotta finish that up when I'm done doing this.
Yeah, they're a bunch of nuts.
Hey man, it fit right in.
Yeah. I'm getting
Triple R.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've gotten big into the Masters of the Universe again. I love that stuff. I always did when I was a kid, and I had a bunch of the classics, and I had them put up. And then I found Skeletor on clearance at one of the Walmarts in here, and the new set, the Origin set, and I'm like, oh my God, these things are so freaking cool. I got to get more of them. Which got another rabbit hole. I was already going down one with Transformers, and now I'm going down another one, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, man, I'm a one-trick pony. I got to stick with one thing or another.
Yeah, you can get down too many rabbit holes, and you can get lost real quick. I'm trying to get my own channel pulled up, and YouTube is not cooperating.
Oh, no problem, M3. I got that fucking envy of the fucking multicolored little beard you got going on there, brother. Mine's just patchy gray every fucking where.
Yeah. At least you got that. This is about all I can get.
Native American too, huh? Apache? You can only grow an Apache beard?
Yeah.
One of the topics for the night, man. What you got going
on? The first thing I wanted to discuss is getting motivation to get through a project. You know that those times when you plan something out, you're real excited about it. You start getting all this stuff or start tearing the figure apart to go repaint it or do whatever, and then you get about halfway through the project, maybe 3/4, whatever, and you're just like, oh. Or you have to stop because you realize you either break apart or a part gets missing, or you realize, hey, wait a minute, I need to go a little bit different direction on this particular thing, and I need something that I don't have, and you're having to wait for it. By the time you get it in, you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. Finding the motivation. How do people, how do you find when you get in that situation to push through, to come back to that old project that you haven't finished and finish it up so it's not just sitting on your desk? Because with customizers, especially new customizers out there, they'll get on a project and it might be too much for them, or they might not have everything that they thought they needed for it, and it sits on their desk, and then they have a hard time coming back to it. I've been through it. I know you've been through it. We've all been through it. Excuse me. We've all been through it a time or two. So when you find yourself in that situation, what do you do to get through it?
Well, I cut my teeth on doing Dungeons and Dragons miniatures and 40K, Warhammer, shit like that. And I did all the customs and shit. And you get burnt sometimes, when you're doing armies and shit. I just started dealing with doing some customization with Transformers. That's a whole nother beast, man. It really is. Because D&D figures, they don't transform. There's no friction point where you have to worry about the thickness of the paint or the clear coat or whatever you want to do, unless you want it to where it's not a transformer anymore, it's a statue. Like right now I'm working on Inferno that you sent me.
Yeah.
Picking out all the details and shit. And that's
Thank
really
you for reminding me about Inferno, because I still have. Where did it go? I found it the other day, and I left it where I found it, and now I can't find it again. My desk is so cluttered up right now. I need to get in here and clean this desk off. Maybe I'd be able to find something. I forgot that custom arm.
The custom
Inferno. So you got the arm cannon. So he's got his hand cannon. I got a custom arm I did for him, but I can't seem to find it. I thought it was in one of these doors. Every time you're on the stream and I can show it to you, I can't find the damn thing.
Hey, Larkin.
I don't know the way it works. Yeah, Larkin's got to jump out of here. He's got to go get his kids.
Good to see you too, Larkin. Yeah, the situation that I have with the Inferno is I'm using that Maltol chrome marker, paint marker, if you will. And that shit you gotta let set for a fucking eon.
Yeah.
Before you can touch it, or else you get a fingerprint and smudge it and shit. There's no way to clear coat it. Everything that you try, it instantly turns it milky. Just everything I've tried. And I've just found that you just gotta let the shit set for fucking ages.
Have you tried? This is going to sound really weird, but have you tried Aquanet hairspray?
What?
Aquanet hairspray. It's cheap. You tried hairspray on it.
Instantly turns milky.
Oh wow!
I looked up the company and they even said that there's no clear coat for it yet. So
Well,
time is the only thing I found that if I let it sit for a fucking year, I can go back and touch it and it's fine. So I started working on him a year ago. Now he's ready to. I'm getting ready to start doing some more work on him to finish him up. I really don't.
okay.
I don't have a problem, you know, as far as finding motivation on doing custom work, but I find myself working on different projects, coming up with different ideas for the channel, and that's where I have that's my roadblock.
Yeah.
Like I had a thing planned called Talking with Taddy, and this was something that I had planned on doing 11 years ago when I was doing shout outs. And then Patriot got a hold of me and was talking to me about, the sit rep and shit. And
have you seen he's bringing sit rep back?
What's that?
He's bringing sit rep back.
Is he? Good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. But
I can't remember who he said was going to be on it. Somebody big. Toy Hacks. Sit rep with Toy Hacks.
No shit.
No shit.
With one of the sticker dudes, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck. I'm looking forward to that. But after he got the sit rep going, and I got to thinking, I'm like, man, this is just too similar to what he's doing, and I'm just not a copycat, man. I'm a leader. I'm not a follower, So I just kind of gave up on. It was different. It was going to be different.
If you look at it at face value, Shop Talk kind of looks like a copycat, but it's really its own thing because the whole premise is we talk about whatever pops in our heads and toys.
Right.
Toys are always popping in our heads.
Yeah, see, my whole thing was I was gonna, like, let's say I'd pick you. It wouldn't be on a regular basis, It wasn't going to be a scheduled thing. I'd maybe do one a month, if that. But I would pick one person, and it would be a shout out. I would let them, let them know, hey, ask if they want to be on the show. And if they said yes, I'd say, okay, well, let your subscribers know to send questions that they have about you to my channel. That way it would be like a Q&A. It'd be like a Q&A, but it'd be on my channel, so you would be getting exposed to all of my subscribers, and then vice versa.
Right.
Plus, and then people, subscribers and shit would get to ask the questions that they want to know about you and how you do your thing.
I wouldn't have a chance. I wouldn't have a chance to go and peruse the questions beforehand to figure out the perfect answer.
I don't want you to. They're not supposed. They weren't supposed to post any of them on your channel.
Exactly.
I would mind. And you're not supposed to look. It's supposed to be a surprise type thing.
Exactly.
And
so that's fucking awesome. I like that idea. You should do that.
I'm just not feeling it now.
Oh well.
It's too familiar with too many other people's stuff, and I'm never been one to be told, hey man, that shit's kind of it's a little sketchy, because I see a lot of it, man. I see it all over fucking YouTube. I'm not gonna pop names on certain people, but there's a lot of fucking copycat motherfuckers out there that's just bullshit. And
yeah, I try to do my own thing. I like my chrome shop. I like my redneck engineering.
Yep.
I like doing those projects. Those are fun. Those are so fun.
Well, and they're
That
helpful too, you know.
I hope that they're helpful. That makes them all worthwhile. But just doing the videos themselves is fun and therapeutic for me. Um, it kind of gets me through, like, back to getting on topic. When I get stuck on something and I've got one of those problem figures, having another outlet, something else to do, you know, uh, figure out what's wrong with this figure, why it does what it does that everybody's saying that they're having problems with. For instance, the door flaps on Siege Ironhide's legs. That was the first one I did.
Mm-hmm. I
I
knew
went
you
and
weren't going to
looked.
be. Didn't I tell you you weren't going to be doing Transformers reviews in your fucking semi for long?
Well, I'm not in my semi anymore, am I?
Nope.
I don't have a semi anymore. Well, I do, but not one that I can. Not a sleeper cab. I'm not. Yeah, I decided to come home. Life happens, you know.
I mean,
Um,
it's easier too. It's easier to do this shit at home than it is. It's got to be, dude.
I actually I have more time on the road
Well,
to do. I
yeah,
mean,
time-wise, but I'm talking like lighting and having the space and all that shit. You have no
well, I
problem.
had a decent amount of space. What I didn't have is all of this in the background. I didn't have my fun background. And oh, hey, I just saw something. Hold on.
Oh, that's cool shit, dude. Yeah, that wasn't cheap. That was not cheap.
I got to get a new battery in it. The battery's dead. I'm a fan of pocket watches. I'm kind of old fashioned in a way. I like pocket watches. I like Elizabethan era. Not Elizabethan. What am I talking about? I get my time periods mixed up. Turn of the century. Um, Steampunk era. That kind of stuff. I like that whole time frame. It's like I kind of feel like I was born in the wrong time, either too early or too late.
Hey, man, I grew up in the 80s, man. Life was fucking awesome.
I grew up in the 80s too, but I feel that I was either born 100 years too early or 100 years too late.
Yeah, but then if you were, you'd still say the same fucking thing.
Possibly. Except I'd
I mean, it's
probably be
always
saying 100 years in the future, I'd probably be saying
man.
I was born 200 years too early or too late. Or if I was born in the past, I'd be saying I was born 200 years too early. If I was born 100 years ago, it would have been kind of awesome. Well, a little over 100 years ago, because but it would have been really awesome if it actually was a steampunk world instead of the real world. That would have been awesome. I probably would have been a mad
That's
inventor.
what D&D's all about, man. Play you some Dungeons and Dragons. They got a whole set on steampunk.
Eberron played it, ran it, had fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddies were into that. I stopped at fucking version 3.5.
Yeah, that's when I stopped. That's when me and my wife stopped. We actually had two we were playing in the Ebron setting. We each had a artificer. When we got to prestige classes, we both took the same um, um, level one of a prestige class of Renegade Master Maker.
I'll see dual class.
Yeah, well, we took a couple prestige classes. Then she went, and I don't remember what it's called, but basically they're alchemist savants. Being an artificer, she could have a homunculus. So as her homunculus, she had a little chest of potions that walked around with her. And because of her class, because of that alchemist class that she could mix up potions that were blanks. She could put any potion effect she wanted into that potion before it was drank.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying now. You had me confused there first when you said they were blanks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they were blanks. She would add a couple of extra ingredients, say some mumbo jumbo, and hey, it's a potion of healing. Hey, it's a liquid fire. Hey, it's a it'll get you really drunk. Just random, whatever thing she needed at the time, she could make as many of those going on. Sup, Ratcliffe?
Hey, Rattle.
Ratcliffe, I met him in one of the Masters of the Universe groups on YouTube. So, or not YouTube, Facebook. I'll get it right in a minute. But she went to that class and then came back to the Renegade Master Maker. Once she finished it out, it only had 5 levels. So she maxed that class out, got all 5 levels, then came back to the Renegade Master Maker. But I went straight Renegade Master Maker all the way to the end. We ended up at the same point, basically. But by the time we got hit level 20, we ended up pretty much at the same point. Except she was much better with potions.
You guys leveled up quick.
Huh?
You guys leveled up quick.
No, this was done over time. This was a long time ago, and we played for months, and it was a couple of times a week for hours on end. Pop the trunk toy. Welcome to the group. We got a way off topic, but we're discussing customs right now, where we were, and then we got off topic.
But yeah, I have some customs that I have in the works. Like I said, I got that Inferno that I'm working on now, and then I have the Earthrise Prime. I'm not going to fuck with it anymore until I get a replacement, a good one.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a major. That's going to be my most detailed custom on the Transformer. I'd love to get a couple copies of fucking Impactor, because I'd have to do the zombie Impactor, man.
Yeah, that zombie Impactor's cool. Doing a couple of the mercenaries. And Impactor's coming out in droves now. They're putting him in so many different things.
I still can't find fucking one. Hey, Ninja. How's it going, brother?
What's going on, Ninja? I can never get these parts together.
Yeah, I've got some other stuff in the works for the channel. Like I said, it's mostly content for my channel. I'm trying to. I got to do something different, man. I've been doing the same thing, for 11 years. It's been the same content, same thing. So I'm working on a project with another friend of mine, another old school Transformer reviewer, and I'm thinking it's going to do well. It's not Transformers related. I don't want to give too much away, but it's I think it'll do well. I'm hoping it does anyway.
That's good to hear, Ninja. What kind of custom did you do there, Ratliff? I'm gonna have to get hot water for this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go and redo this guy out of those Motu Origins characters or figures once I get more parts available. But this is a guy I was working on. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get the parts to go together right. Half of his body's cybernetic. We got a regular arm over here. That's his left arm. And then his right arm, look at that.
Oh, okay. Wasn't there a character that had interchangeable arms in the Masters of the Universe?
There was two, actually. There was two of them. One was
he was
a bad guy named Trapjaw.
That was
and the other one was a heroic robot named Roboto.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Every time I say his name, that song starts playing in my head. Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto, Domo.
And here's the two legs that I had for him. So, but I can't sing. The classics have always been a pain in the butt for me to get together. I have to get some really, really hot water and put it together. Hey, yeah, Ninja felt right at home with us doing Domo Arigato. Hey, Ninja Bill, Ninja Bill. That's a first.
What's a first?
Ninja Build.
What's that?
It's a running joke. Ninja Bill always comes in right at the end of a live stream, right as we're signing off.
Oh.
And so it's become known as Ninja Build. And he didn't get Ninja Build today. WWE Tourney figure. Cool. This is the character I was working on. His name was Cybros. He's a Masters of the Universe original character that I created a while back. Basically, he was a sorcerer that mixed magic and technology. And when he, I do not have a weird time zone. You do. But the idea that I had was that technology and magic didn't mix very easily, and things could get very volatile really quickly if you don't do it just perfect. And one of his experiments blew up in his face. severely damaging half of his body. So he had to have do what?
Sounds like an interesting character.
Yeah, so he had to have half of his body replaced with cybernetics, and
he's half Darth Vader.
Kinda. And this is going to be his staff because it looks kind of like a wizard's staff, all teched out.
Oh yeah.
So and what's cool is Man at Arms will work. Is it could still be his staff, although it's huge. If I use one of these guys. But I can also get a yeah, I think the New Adventures Skeletor would fit.
Oh yeah.
Do what?
I said yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think that would be the right size because it's the same staff. This is the New Adventure Skeletor, but it's for the classics toy line, which is a bigger set of figures. To kind of show you the difference, here's a classics figure next to an Origins figure.
Oh wow!
So size difference dramatic.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was that much of a difference.
So that was going to be my classics version, but I am.
Have a good one, brother.
Have a good one, M3.
Keep on the
I'm just going to use that NA Skeletor as parts. It's just going to be parts. I just want the stab.
Well, that's like when I was doing D&D shit, man. I would take parts of the sprue trees and I would carve weapons and shit out of that. I mean, there's so much you can do. You're only limited to your imagination.
Oh, when I was doing 40K, I would take the extra banner pole arms because you buy a bunch of boxes. You get a squad of 10 guys in a box, and your squad size, your max cap is like what? Some of them 30 guys. So you have to buy extra boxes.
Everybody had me paint their shit for them and put their armies together, but I never played it. I used them for D&D. I was a DM. I used all my minis for D&D. I never ever once played fucking 40K.
I'll look forward to seeing that. But you know what I'm saying, though. You can have squads. You can have huge freaking squads of guys. And most of the time, well, not necessarily most of the time, but depending on the squad type, they come with banner bearers. These guys carry the squad banner. And you can take that and a skull topper or just about anything, and just the pole, not the banner itself, but just the pole without the banner on it, and start making sorcerer staffs out of them.
Perfect example, man. I posted it 11 years ago. I did a small video of my D&D collection, mini collection, and I have a shaman or a shaman, and he's got a staff that's just stacked with fucking skulls from different creatures and shit.
See, I mean, yeah, like you were saying, you're only limited by your imagination and motivation. You got to have motivation. You got to find, that's the whole catch-22. It's so difficult to get that motivation to get back. sometimes I find that it's good to leave a project sitting for a little bit if you get stumped and go do something else, maybe something small, and then come back to it.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
The biggest
in that
problem I see
situation,
with a lot of customs is people don't know when to pull back. They don't know when enough is enough. Sometimes less is more.
yeah,
And when you get a piece and you over custom it, it just winds up looking like shit.
I've seen
And
where that's
I've
happened.
seen so many good figures turn into absolute trash. Look like they've been drugged down a dirt fucking road, ran through a swamp, left in a sandbox, dug up 3 years later. And it's like, man, you just ruined a fucking $50 toy. Fuck. I mean, you just
But
got to
maybe
know
they
when
like
to
it.
pull back. What's that?
Maybe that's the way they like it, though. So
Yeah, I guess. I mean, teach their own. They're the one that's got to look at it, not me. But it's just something that I always see a lot of beginners. They just don't know when to pull back.
yeah,
That chrome starts looking pretty, but once you start chroming the whole fucking thing out, and it's not one giant piece of chrome. It's like building a fucking Harley, man. A little bit of chrome looks good. Too much chrome, and it starts looking like shit.
that's what Ninja Bill was just saying. You gotta. Sometimes your vision ain't working. You got to come back, give it a little bit of break, and come back
Move
to
on
it.
to a different figure or something. Yeah, yeah, or like you said, just take a break from it. Just let it sit for a little bit.
Let
It'll
those
come to
ideas
you.
circulate in your head.
And then there's always those fuck ups that you just don't. You go, fuck, man, this ain't working. It's going to happen. It's happened to all of us. You
Or you
know,
get completely done with a paint job, and you're so proud of it, and you have to wait a little bit before you can seal it, and you accidentally touch it beforehand, and that paint comes off.
that's why I like doing minis, man, because I would do a bunch of them at once. Oh, nice.
See his
Yeah, that was
face?
good. Man.
That was an accident. That was a happy little accident.
Those are a blessing, man. You actually wind up having quite a few of them. I've had, at least I have, from my own experience. I have had
I think I
many
want to go
happy
back
accidents.
and
I was like, shit, that turned out better than I actually planned on.
I think I need to go back and add a little bit of shading in that red and on the chrome, just like scuff, give it some scuff going on. But I like the way that chrome came out, especially with or that scuffing came out, especially with all the battle damage that's already present on the base figure, because I didn't have to change the base figure much to make a
Right.
completely new character. So
Yeah, it looks good, dude.
going from this, and what's really messed up is this guy was inspired by a different version of Thundercracker. It was
You never
inspired
know.
by Armada Thundercracker, actually. Can you see that? Can you see that? You remember Armada Thundercracker?
I wasn't in into the Armada.
Well, you should look him up. You go and look up some of the other versions of Transformers, and you can find some interesting color schemes. You might not necessarily like the show or the figures themselves.
Yeah, I came in right as Classics was leaving and the Bayformers were starting. And as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the Armada shit is pretty much that Armada shit.
Well, Armada's what got me back into Transformers because of
I
one
think the
character.
only thing good to come out of that fucking line was Unicron.
Bendy Prime. That Bendy Prime mold. The deluxe Optimus Prime mold. That was a good mold. And they ended up making Nemesis Prime out of it.
Fuck, I don't remember that. I didn't collect any of the Armada except for Unicron. He was the only one I got.
When you get a chance, I'll shoot you a picture. Well, I'll shoot it. Do it now.
Dead air.
Prime. Keep talking. You can keep talking. I can listen. It's all good.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't do a lot of custom, man. I can shit on some figures. I mean, that's about it.
That is Nemesis Prime from Armada.
Oh God, that looks bad. Oh God.
It was actually pretty fun.
Oh man, that looks horrible, dude. Oh fuck.
But
oh.
it was the figure that got me back into Transformers because it's an Optimus Prime that's a Decepticon. And I had never heard of such a thing. That was just so awesome to me. Optimus Prime turned evil? Hell yes.
I mean, I get that, but the figure itself looks like shit.
It was actually really good. For a deluxe, it was really good.
Well, that's like the classics Prime. Everybody fucking loves that figure, and
I prefer this one. I prefer this one. I did like my classics Optimus Prime. I did like that figure. It was really good for the day, but
well, see, the thing that really gets me is everybody was all about the fucking how great it is. You know, it's the best chug fucking Prime there is, and nobody bitched about the fucking shield gun thing that fucking clipped on the roof of that fucker. But then Siege comes along, and everybody's pitching a fucking real fit because he's got a flat fucking top, like a fucking semi ass. I mean, granted, there's semis that have the, have that piece on it too, but it's like, come on, motherfuckers, pick one way or another. I mean, how are you gonna fucking dig one thing and then fucking shit on that one when they're both fucking, they ain't no different. It's still, I mean, you can't please everybody, man.
no.
But you gotta at least know what the fuck you're into.
But that is so true. That Grand Scourge was a turkey. It was a titanium turkey.
When I first heard you say it, Caddy. What's he talking about? What are you talking about, Ninja? I don't know what he's talking about. I have no clue.
Talking about the Classics Prom. You talking about the Classics Prom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not the first time he's heard you say something about that classics from.
Yeah.
I'm never getting this to go together. Give up.
Right now, I'm just really happy with the lines that are coming out now. I mean, the shit is just amazing. I think this is probably the best time to be a collector if you have a pocket that's got money in it.
Yeah, that's a nice looking figure. I don't know if it gets the focus on this. Maybe turn my bright down a little bit. I got it up kind of high because I'm blind as a bat. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the figure that Ratliff was talking about that he customized a while back.
Did a good job, dude.
See, the Transformers community isn't the only place you can find really good customs. Motu.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of fucking He-Man, man.
He-Man Man. That sounds like a new character.
Just
Well, we've
wasn't
got
my
Hero. We've got He-Man. We've got Ular, which is Savage He-Man. Or prehistoric He-Man, or whatever. I don't remember. I can't keep them all straight. There's too many of them. He-Man Man.
that Wonder Bread He-Man or whatever the fuck that was.
I think we've got that one figured out. I weep as an experienced collector because my collection doesn't have many directions to grow anymore.
How do you say his name? Because I was gonna respond to it, but I don't know how to say it. He's Haida. Because I never use everybody's full name.
Just say Haida. Because I have no clue how to pronounce that name.
Tarzi. Atarazi.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what sucks. You know, I mean, once the stuff
that
that
kind of brings me to the next.
you know, once you get your collection, once you get them all, you're fucked.
Well,
because you have no, they're not coming out with anything new. So yeah, I feel you, dude. But and then that's why I like the Transformers because that shit's just constantly growing. I mean, yeah, we're getting iterations of the same fucking toy of the character, but we're getting different molds. We do get a shit ton of repaints, which that can get old too. But I mean, that's just something that Hasbro's always done and always will do. We're never going to get away from that.
Wonderful. Hida at RAC.
Hida at RC. Okay, cool. I was going to ask him to do that phonetically. I'll just call you Hida.
I'll still never remember that.
I'll just call him Hida. That's it.
Yep. Hida.
I presume it's a he.
Which brings me to my second point, or second question. How do you think someone should, in your opinion, go about? You see so much up, huh?
So I got a lot of them.
Opinions.
Yeah.
Seeing so much cool stuff out there, in whatever it is that you collect, be it Masters of the Universe, Transformers, GI Joe, Gundam. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff and a lot of different. I mean, Godzilla. I mean, yeah, there's so much different things you can collect, and these companies are always putting out more stuff, and we're getting overloaded in some cases. How do you go
Yeah,
about filtering out the stuff that you really find that this is you have to have this in your life, and okay, that's cool, I don't have that yet, let's get that. Because if you do that, if you do the, oh, this is cool, I'll buy this because I haven't bought anything mentality, you end up with a bunch of crap that breaks 5 minutes later, or that you're kind of buyer's remorse.
I
Basically,
can.
how do you filter out all of the stuff that is interesting from the stuff that you really, really want to keep yourself within budget?
Like back when I started collecting and started doing reviews, like I said, Bayformers were just coming out, Classics was just heading out. Didn't have the money for the masterpiece shit. I mean, that stuff was just, even back then, it was so fucking expensive. But I found myself in a position where I was buying toys just to do the review. And then I'd give them to my kids. I swear to God, all my Bayformers, I never kept a fucking one of them pieces of shit. But I would buy it just to have a figure to do a review.
I've got one Bayformer in my entire collection. I won't get rid of it because my wife gave it to me while I was on the
Well,
road.
that's different, you know. But
She
I was
she
just taking my own money and going out and buying everything just to do. I became known for doing angry reviews because they were pieces of shit. They were fucking trash. The quality of the plastic was fucking garbage. They all looked like fucking bug faced fucking scrap heaps, man. They were all shit. And I found myself, looking back and going, God, man. But I didn't, I didn't have the bank to go and fucking blow a shit ton of money on eBay to get all my G1 shit that I wanted, because that's what I really was into, was G1 shit, you know? So I went with what my budget could handle, and I was happy when Animated came out. They had some decent shit in that.
Animated did have some really good moves. I didn't think I would like the show or the figures until I had the figures in hand, and
Watched it so much, but there were a couple figures that were pretty good, man.
I got watching the show. The first few episodes, that first season, it seemed kind of villain of the week kind of thing going on, but then it got into the second season, and Megatron came back full force, and it became an interesting take on the Transformers show. Mythos, with Optimus Prime not being the supreme commander of the Autobots, this all-knowing guy with the Matrix leadership, that wasn't him. He was just the Primes led squads, and it was Magnus that was the supreme. Who knew? That's an interesting take, and I kind of got into it. It was different. And then they canceled the show way too early. It's like they left things off.
Yeah, but there was some pretty good figures that came out of that line, and that eased the pain on the Bayformers there for a little while. Because, yeah. God, they were just trash.
An Earthrise screaming for a thrilling 30s Jetfire. Yeah, I think you got the better deal. Yeah, that's definitely always an option, is trading for the things that you're looking for.
Traded Earthrise Screamer?
Yeah, he traded an Earthrise Screamer for a thrilling 30s Jetfire. He got the thrilling 30s Jetfire.
Ninja? Damn, brother.
Maybe you have an extra one. Plus, that Earthrise Screamer is on it like at like every store right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Not in my fucking area.
And here's what's really messed up: is he was short pack.
Cyberverse. That's it. They did have Netflix for like a week, and that was it. That was all the figures they got. It's all fucking Cyberverse and bots and the shit for the little kids. Nothing for the adult collector.
Some people would say that's fighting words. I try to limit myself. Yeah, Ninja, them's definitely fighting words.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, I got Earthrise Starscream, and man, I think it's because it's so close to the classics. And that was the very first figure I bought when I was an adult and started my collection. That was my very first figure. I seen that and I was like, holy shit. Because last time I seen Transformers, they had fucking some monkey and they were calling him Prime. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, they were calling him Primal. They were calling him Optimus, however.
It was a fucking B4 it fucking, I was like, what the fuck? They just ruined Transformers. And then later on down the line, I'm walking through the aisle with my kid in the shopping cart, and I see fucking classic Starscream, and I'm like, damn, that looks pretty damn close to the fucking cartoon. So I picked it up, and Earthrise is pretty much just a grown-up version of the classics. Right down to the
better.
Still better, yes. I'd like to get the cone heads too, man. I need to get Thrust. I've never owned a version of fucking Thrust. Oh yeah.
I need Thrust.
Making me jelly there, rolling Redneck.
Well, you know I was going to have these guys. These are Seekers.
But there's so many other figures out there that are the same way, Ninja. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, you can only stray so far, and then you wind up with Bayformers.
Yeah, go too far out in left field and you get that.
So I mean, but yeah, I could see how someone that didn't have the classics Starscream and they got the Earthrise would be slightly disappointed because it is simplistic
Whereas we see it as an upgrade
compared to what we've been getting with Siege and shit like that. But he looks so
Whereas we see
fucking
it.
good, man. Alt mode is fucking amazing. You get some badass fucking poses. I'm all about that shit.
I mean, yeah, you don't have a waist articulation. Yeah, you don't have wrist articulation. That's 3 points that you don't have. 3. You don't have that, and you don't have.
But
Big deal.
did he ever use? Did he need it? I mean, one of the things that irked me about fucking the Netflix.
I use that sometimes with posing. Very rarely. Most of my
In the first
seekers.
season, he held his fucking fist straight out like this with his null ready. He never turned his wrist and shit. He never held the fucking null ray in his hand like they did in the fucking Netflix. That kind of irked me a bit. I'm like, the fuck are they doing?
Tiger Tracker, one of them did in the show. Pulled his gun off and used it as a blaster, like a rifle.
What episode was that? I don't remember that.
One of the episodes of season 1, one of the Seekers does that. It might be one of the generics. I don't remember. But when you go back, they did pull them off and use them like rifles. A couple of them did.
Yeah, because I never remember them ever using them handheld, especially Starscream.
But that right there looks really cool. That pose. And you can't pull that off with the Earthrise version. So I can see where people are complaining, but I don't use this very often because I want that canopy to line up.
Right.
And the wrist articulation I use every once in a while when I pose a figure up, but it's not necessarily.
I like doing dioramas, so I like that waist articulation. And
I got my guys posed. Each one of my seekers is posed differently. The shells are all a disaster. I'd show you, but because I'm redoing everything over here and going and reorganizing everything in this room. But
have fun with that. I said, have fun with that shit. I just got done doing that.
But I've got to make room for a few other things that are now
I just moved into this new room. That's why I got to set up all my fucking lighting and shit and try and do run tests and shit. That's what I was going to do tonight to see where my lighting needs to be and how I need to have the room set up and shit for doing reviews again. But yeah, I've got 3 giant totes. I have them all packed away. That was a pain in the ass.
But see, I'm having to make room for some of these guys.
Yeah, see, I got the Ninja Bill. He sent me the Luke Skywalker, the ceremony from the what was it, the Black Series?
Yeah.
And I've got another brother, David Hill. He hooked me up with a Stormtrooper. So other than the Transformers, those are the only 2 other figures that I have that's not Transformers. I'm a one-trick pony, man. It was because that's how I was raised, you know. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
And it was, you picked a fucking toy line that you liked and you went with it. And it was GoBots and Transformers. And I had a lot more GoBots than Transformers. I love GoBots, man. I love them. They were fucking great, man.
Dude is a prince. Can he afford pants? because of Prince Adam.
Yeah.
Because he's got tights on and furry underwear over top of his tights.
Oh God.
But yeah, I'm having to make some room for additional stuff to be displayed, and we're trying to reduce clutter in our closets, because our closets were just a death trap to go and try and find anything in there. You were afraid for your life. So Prince Daisy Dukes, you mean?
That's a good one. But yeah, I love Star Wars. I would love to get into, after having those two figures, and they were like, oh God, now I want to fucking get, because when I was a kid growing up, my best friend, he had all the fucking, he had everything for Star Wars, man. AT-ATs or AT-ATs, whatever you want to call them. I mean, he had everything. He had the fucking, or the C-3PO fucking case where it hold all the figures and shit. And I mean, he had all the drones and all the droids and fucking, oh God, I would love, like every time I go into my fucking brick and mortar shop before this COVID hit, man, I would just walk that aisle of fucking Star Wars and my mouth would start watering.
Yeah, if I had his physique, my argument might change. I have a boxer.
Oh man, dude, Ninja, I love that figure, dude. The detail, I was just so blown away with detail from the Black Series.
Yeah,
that Luke Skywalker is fucking phenomenal.
I had the TIE Pilot because I love TIE Pilots. I love the TIE Fighters. It's my favorite thing in Star Wars. Granted,
Yeah,
Black cannons. I mean,
if I could afford it, I would definitely spread off, into some GI Joe. I like GI Joe. I had a couple figures. I had the Snow Cat.
I've looked at that 6-inch and 6-inch GI Joe series, and everything looks so good.
I try not to even
figure.
That's like going to a strip joint, man. You can look, but you can't touch. Fuck that. I'm not gonna torture myself like that.
I've looked at them.
If I want to be looking at that shit, I'm gonna want to buy it. I'm gonna want to be touching it. If I'm gonna be spending money on looking at it, I'm gonna be having it.
You're gonna, you want to get those fingers on plastic, right? Get that smell of that fresh plastic crack.
Plastic.
There's nothing like the smell of a new toy when you crack that packaging for the first time. There is no smell like that.
I'll tell you what, man. Brick and mortar.
There's not a better smell.
The shop that I go to, man, it's a good place, man. You walk in and you just smell the 80s just fucking oozing from the walls and every figure this guy has everything. He gave me permission to do a tour of his shop. I need to do that whenever this COVID shit goes away. Because he's got the fucking what the fuck is it? The giant carrier. God damn it. G.I. Joe.
The aircraft carrier? The flag?
Yeah. What's that fucker called again?
The flag?
Yes. He's got that fucker sitting front and center. Minty. God, it's beautiful.
It's got 2 G's because it needed that second one. It's that damn big.
The table's over 6 foot long. Yeah, he's got it put on, and a big old sign: "Do not touch," because it is not for sale. I'm surprised he doesn't have it in a fucking glass display case to keep me from jizzing on it. After I'm done, after I'll leave that store, he's got to go around with a mop and bucket, man. He carries so many good, really good condition G1s for very reasonable prices, man. And it's like, all I can do is just fuck it. But now with this fucking COVID, I can't even do that. Fucking shit sucks, man. So it's kind of good time to be a collector and kind of a shitty time. He even has some Transor Z shit. Or Messenger Z, depending on the Ninja. He'll definitely call it Messenger. I think that's it, right?
Okay, casual. But yeah, we got there's so many good toy lines out nowadays. It's hard to I'm getting back into Masters. I'm never giving up on Transformers.
They're riding that train hard.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's going with the 80s nostalgia lines. I mean, who would have? We never thought G.I. Joe was coming back due to the guns and the violence and the fucking shootings and I never expected to see that come back again. That's like if they brought back Megatron as a fucking gun again. I was like, what? They brought him back? You never got rid of him to begin with.
Technically, they did.
Yeah, I was right. But yeah, he's got like this big fucking 2 foot tall fucking figures of him and shit with the helicopter that comes out of the head and shit.
Technically, they did bring Megatron back as a gun.
Yeah, but not transformable. But that's close enough. It looks good.
And it's made by Hasbro. With a removable
silencer.
Yeah, the removable silencer. That's I got that in that pack. Oh man, that was awesome.
A shoulder butt too?
Huh? No, it doesn't have the stock.
It didn't have the stock?
No.
Oh, I thought it did.
No, and it's really tight. It does not want to come out of Soundwave's hand. God damn, paint rub coming out of Soundwave's hand. Look at that.
Oh, casual. How's it going, brother?
Yeah, he snuck in.
I missed it. Yeah, I used to watch Transor Z is what they called it here when I was a kid. That was one of the 3 main shows that I watched. Them, GoBots, Transformers, 4 actually, G.I. Joe.
I watched way too many shows. Mask, Mask I always thought was awesome. If they brought Mask back and had it tie in with GI Joe and Transformers, my pocketbook, my wallet would scream at me.
I'm actually surprised they haven't done that. Like, because like I was saying, man, everybody's riding 80s train right now. Anything
And
that was big in the 80s, they're redoing it. And they're doing a good job.
But the Brave series.
Spiritual successor of Transformers, the Brave series. What the hell's he talking
Yeah, I had
about?
that Matt Tracker. That was actually a really cool figure. They did make Matt Tracker, the leader of Mask,
Mm-hmm.
as a GI Joe character.
Really?
Yeah, when they brought GI Joe back,
Actual Matt Tracker.
Matt Tracker, actual Matt Tracker, with his mask, the whole 9 yards.
Now, he was the car, right?
He had the Camaro, yes. It didn't have his vehicle. He didn't have his vehicle. He just had a helicopter backpack. But when you read the bio, it talks about his mobile armored strike command being special weapons and engineering division or whatever.
Is that what you're talking about, Ninja? I've heard of the Brave Star, but is that what you're talking about? You're not answering the fucking question, dude.
If you elaborated on what you're talking about, I might know what you're talking about. But just saying the Brave series, I'm not making a connection. So
yeah, the only thing that had Brave in it that I remember was Brave Star. Oh, well, you watch all that fucking obscure Japanese shit. How the fuck are we supposed to know that shit?
yeah,
we didn't grow up in the military like you did, brother. He does all that obscure Japanese shit that nobody else fucking knows. He grew up, he did grow up there, but yeah, you spent a lot of time there, brother. We don't know that shit.
We'll look forward to seeing it. We'll check it out when you get those links to us. Or at least I will. I don't know about him. He's kind of Taddy's kind of what's the word? Unreliable. That's what I'm looking for.
Unreliable. Unreliable for what?
He's gonna send us links to the Brave series.
Oh, I'll check it out just because I'm curious to see what the fuck it is now.
Yeah, he says he'll check it out, but I don't know if I trust him. He seems kind of shady with that long beard and everything.
Oh yeah, you can never trust an old bearded bastard.
No, yeah, with tattoos, no, definitely can't do it.
Fucking bikers, can't trust them.
I don't know what the hell would happen. You can't trust guys with tattoos. I keep mine covered. Not that I really have to in my line of work.
Tattoos you have? One.
Huh?
They all blended together.
No, I actually have someone that I do, and this is the first time we worked into it. But every time I've got the money to get it done, the guy can't find
No,
the
I
rest of the
don't want
work.
fries with that shake.
Huh?
No, I don't want fries with that shake. You sound like a fucking. You're blocking your mic. You sound like a drive-through fucking
Oh,
McDonald's.
that's supposed to have more work done to it. It's the same wolf as a cub on the right there, and then has a rotting wolf's head back here connected by a Celtic knot. And every time I got the money to get it done, he can't find the guy that put the tat on can't find the custom work he did. And every time he can find it, I ain't got the money. Isn't that the way it
That's
always
what I
works?
started shooting ink, man. I couldn't afford to fucking go to a parlor and get them done, so I started doing them myself.
Well, that guy cuts me a deal every time I go in there. I mean, a huge deal. Hey, he did the
I did half of the a parlor would charge
my
because they're outrageous.
my wife had her ex-husband's initials on her arm,
Yeah,
and
see,
I
I
was like,
never did that shit. If
I was like,
somebody came up
no,
to
that's
me,
got to go, right? That's got to go. So she found
I
this nice little black rose. Now it looks like cabbage because it started to fade, but it's a black rose. We need to go get it touched back up and then probably add a stem to it. But she had that put on over top of it, and he did it, and you can't even tell that there was anything under it. And he did this right here at the same time. And I
cover-ups
think,
are a bitch.
huh?
Cover-ups are a bitch.
And I think for for both of the tats, he charged. No, I take that back. I got this one done at a different time. I got my labret pierced when she got her her arm covered, and I think it was like $70 for both.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Uh-uh.
But yeah,
For
I
the
never did.
piercing and
My
the
rule was that I never did. The only names that I would do would be your children, memorial, for somebody passing away.
right.
I refuse to do tattoos of fucking marijuana leaves and shit like that because you're going to wind up regretting that later on down the fucking line. Well, unless they make it legal where you're at, but where I'm at, it's not. And I just, yeah, I never did boyfriend, girlfriend names and shit. Husband and wives. It's like, nope, I refuse to do it. You can go somewhere else and get it done and then regret it when you find out that the bitch has been cheating on you for 3 years with your best friend.
I want
And
to
then
get a
you're fucking move
Decepticon.
on everyone.
I want to get a mechanical heart with the Decepticon logo stamped to it and glowing. You know that the Savage Techno Organic look, where it looks like the skin's ripped back and you got the mechanical stuff underneath.
Yeah, it's called biomechanical.
Yeah, but the with the skin ripped, it's goes into the Savage. It's kind of a crossover with the Savage, but the biomechanical and the Savage mixed together with that Decepticon heart right there, just. I'll think about it. Okay, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I got the picture, but I didn't want to look at it while we're on the thing here. You got to turn the screen, brother. I can't see it.
I'm trying to get.
You know, it's
There
a
we
bit
go.
like Power Rangers.
It looks kind of like old Transformers, like some of the old Japanese Transformers.
I don't even want to get started on fucking Power Rangers. Oh my god.
The only thing I would want from Power Rangers,
Inks for life, man. You pay for it once and it's done. As long as you get it done right. I've had to sell my collection. I can't sell my tax. Better than the fucking GoBots? Tita?
I'm guessing in his opinion, it is better than the GoBots.
I mean, there really wasn't that many other lines. I mean, there was a lot of copycats, of course, after they came out. A lot of knockoffs and shit, but
Not touching that argument.
which argument? Whether it's
Better than the
GoBots.
GoBots.
Well, I'm just looking for your opinion, brother. Opinions, we all have them, man. That's cool.
Opinions are like assholes.
I have no exposure
Everyone
to that.
has one. If they don't, they're full of shit.
I mean, just because I don't like Beast Wars doesn't mean that somebody else can't love this shit.
I like Beast Wars.
I hate it, but
a
lot of people love it. That's cool.
I met David K.
The thing that makes it so fucking awesome is you can love it all you want. I can hate it all I want, but we're still cool.
I met David K. and Venus Terzo at BotCon 2016. They are both awesome people.
Now, are they better as far as characters, or are they better as in quality of plastic and shit on how they're made, or both? They got me curious about the spring shit now. Oh, no shit. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool.
I didn't know that.
Learn something new.
Damn, now I done forgot something else.
It probably wasn't important.
I only got so much room in this head for fucking so much information.
Bumble Breeze, I ain't seen you in a minute.
Bumble, holy shit! No kidding, brother. How you doing, man? Haven't seen you put up with it in a while, bro. Not like I can say much.
Yeah, drop off the face of the planet much?
At least I'm known for it. Fuck, at least it wasn't 10 years this time.
Truth.
I still haven't done a video. I just done everybody else's.
GoBots are the naturalized children of Machine Robo that predated Transformers. Yes,
Yep.
True.
Yep. 100% correct. Love the
When Transformers finally died, the engineers still needed paychecks. This is true. Yeah, they did need paychecks.
Very true.
We are so off topic.
I don't even remember what the fucking topic was. We already hit on the brain farting on whenever you're doing customs. I don't even remember what the second topic was. It was about hobbies. Like
Collect it, send in your list when you're collecting on a budget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, if I had money. I'm a lot more picky and choosier now than I used to be. Like I said previously, back when I was first collecting, Bayformers were the only thing on the shelves. So I was buying up everything just to do a review. And then I just hand them off to my kids. And now I love every piece of my collection. There isn't a single piece in my collection this time that I'm not happy with.
Okay, so
that's why my kids don't.
That
I kept buying them and they were trash.
That big robot that was in the center of those guys transforms into that jet.
Oh, okay.
And apparently those cars.
Those are little. Damn, those look tiny. Well, I guess not. Judging by if I remember how big the Decepticon symbol is on its background.
You can see.
Oh, there he is with RC. Okay, they are pretty big.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like. So it is kind of like it's a combiner, right?
It seems more like what is it, Energon Prime when he's got the drones that combine with him?
Yeah. You got that right. Hida. God damn it. Thought the topic was a sewage plant and a firing range shooting shit. That's it, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yep, that's it. Just rolling up the lunges, man. We're basically going off of what you guys are coming up with in the fucking comments.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
I like that.
More interaction.
Audience participation.
And they get quiet.
Because we're reading the fucking comments to see what we can talk about.
Here's a question for you. And you probably already answered that. If you weren't collecting Transformers, what would you be collecting?
Ooh. If I had money?
Yeah. Money's no object.
Oh, guitars. Amps.
Guitars. Amps.
Band equipment. Oh, fuck yeah. This Rock the Fuck On didn't come from nothing. I was a guitar player. I had my own bands and shit.
We have the power.
Played all the old classic rock, all the good shit.
Those new machine are amazing.
What's that?
Those new Machine Robo figures, have you seen those?
Oh, God, yes. They look so good.
And
they're expensive as fuck, though.
The figures that I've seen in when put next to Transformers figures, they scale oh so well.
Well, if you think back in the 80s, I remember Psycho being a big fuck deal. They had the big fucking version of him. It wasn't easy to find. And the same thing with Leader One. They had the big version of him too.
Yeah.
They're the only two that I remember being large scale that you could find. But the rest of them, like Scooter and shit, they were all normal.
I think they actually made a deluxe Scooter. Also.
What's that?
I think they actually made a deluxe Scooter also.
Oh, I'm sure they had to, because he was such a popular character.
Yeah. And there was a couple of other.
Yeah, she was very popular.
Ditto. We are glad you did too, Ninja.
Yeah, no shit, brother.
Gunpla can go on somewhere. We don't need that trash. And there goes my Gunpla audience. Scooter was wheeling for God.
I am the only motherfucker that has a balls to fucking say Wheelie was awesome.
Oh no, my son will say the same thing.
Fucking Wheelie brought
in the army.
Any little fucking little bastard with a slingshot that'll shoot a fucking T-Rex in the fucking face. Yeah, he deserves some fucking love and some respect.
Yeah,
he was riding down his back and fucking Prime did in the fucking, what was it, the last fucking Bay fucking movie? Come on. But yeah, Scooter was the wheelie for GoBots. I 100% agree. Fuck, man. I don't know where all you guys are from, because where I came from, man, here in Ohio, man, it sucks. There just ain't shit here. I swear we're in the fucking asshole of fucking the planet or some shit. Especially with me, I live out in the middle of fucking Amish country.
I'm sorry.
It sucks, dude, because they're not buying up Transformers, so my fucking local Walmart ain't buying, they're not stocking this shit.
Unless you got one person in town somewhere that's a scalper and you don't know about it.
I know people on the inside. They used to work at the fucking store. It's just they don't get it.
Yeah.
The toy section for the kids around here is really shit. You have to leave the county we don't have a Target. I'm up there with Jason Patriot. We just don't have shit in our town for us to go get toys. At least he has one other place. Where was he picking shit up at? Like a Walgreens or some shit?
I think so, yeah. Oh, Jesus. We've hit an hour and 40 minutes almost. I think this is the longest I've been online.
Figured a fucking topic. A lot of interaction with the fucking comments, though. I like this. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to call it now. Wrap the show up. It's been awesome having you back on the show. You'll have to come back again sometime.
Oh, dude, I have a blast every time. Every time.
You're more than welcome to come back. And
We'll
I
have to
hope
get
all you guys.
M3 on here with us. We'll have to get M3 on here with us.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to keep the kit with M3.
Yeah, he's fun.
He seems like my kind of dude.
Hey, he was on the first episode of Shop Talk. And he was an
He's one of them
impromptu guest.
giving kind of guys. That's my kind of guy.
He was an impromptu guest. He wasn't planned. He just asked if he could join me, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, I haven't finished it. I got halfway through it. I got to finish that episode.
Same. I got a bunch of Walmarts. They all got the same stuff, and it's like from the beginning of last year. So yeah.
You'll get it right one of these times, Ninja.
I like the way you put it to begin with. It's just funny. Me is one good dude. Conceited much, Ninjaville?
Easy for you to say, Bar. Easy for you to say.
But yeah. You're the guest. You take us out.
Oh, shit, man. If you guys, well, obviously you're already subscribed to Rule on Redneck. And I haven't put anything out in a year, but I'm working on it. I'm in the middle of doing some other shit with the channel, taking it in a little different direction as an addition, not a replacement. I will be back doing Transformers reviews. Still gaining subscribers. I don't know why or how, but I appreciate each and every fucking one of you. Y'all rock. And if by some freak chance you aren't subscribed to fucking Rolling Rednecks, what the fuck are you waiting for? Get that fucking subscribe bell right in a fucking ding dong and fucking rock the fuck on.
Hell yeah.
And you can subscribe to me too if you want. No pressure.
And then Mike W comes in and gets Ninja Build. And then Mike comes in and gets Ninja Build. Because I'm sorry, Mike, but this is the end of this. You'll have to go check out the rerun.